Welcome to the Inglorious Bards. I'm your humble Game Master Tom, and this is Adventure 66. We are coming to you live on twitch.tv/IngloriousBards. We're also available on all the podcast platforms out there, and you can catch the video on YouTube. You can find all of this on our website, IngloriousBards.com. We are also joined live today by two studio audience members. Sista Bill and Dr. Koala Bear are joining us. If you would like to be a member of the studio audience, send a self-addressed stamp envelope to I would like to sleep with a bard. Maybe that's not a good idea. I'm getting some looks already. All right, so we had quite an interest. There's just tumbleweeds outside that P.O. box. So many cobwebs. It's so dry. And we're off. We had a very interesting adventure last week. It ended on quite a high, quite a moment. We'll see what's going to happen next and where the campaign goes from here. And to get a recap of that, let's hear what happened from Jeremy.
The storm was raging. Xander sent that magical storm out over the Maiden's Depths that really connected with the magic of the water. It absolutely destroyed the orc worship the way it was supposed to, and then continued to grow, which was not intended. The entire ship and everyone on the crew, our spectral ghost ship, got flung on shore, and right before it smashed against the rocks, Pleek dispelled the spell of the ship, tossing all of us randomly onto the rocks or the water as we saw fit, with the exception of Piercy, because during the magical storm, he got zapped by lightning that turned him into crystal. So he couldn't leap, he couldn't do anything, and Yaru actually went back and retrieved him from the water that he was sinking into fast. He strapped him to his back. We crawled up on the rocks and made it inside the tower. That was, we made it to the tower. It was locked. It was magically sealed, and it took a massive dispel magic spell that Sildren sent to break the barrier down. As soon as we did, though, Yaru kind of got a real foreboding sense that something else may have been unleashed, but we didn't get any indications of it, so we continued to move forward. After finding our way through a puzzle of a door and trying to get around some pillars, we found our way into another entrance that took us up the tower. One of the things that we discovered in the higher room was that there was a new portal that was added there. Xander, with his detect magic, was able to determine that it was something like a chain gate. It had a lot of gears and gold, and you could see through it, but it had never been used before. It was a brand new portal that was set up just in this room alone. We continued to move up further and finally found the chamber that had the writing, the Scorial passage that we were looking for. And on his way, rushing to get to that passage as soon as possible because the storm was continuing to rage outside, Xander got stopped by Rainith. Rainith had entered the tower along with a whole bunch of other undead to stop us from getting the message. So much so, in fact, that they actually put like a crystal or a gem in place that was starting to actually erase the message. So there was a huge battle that was breaking out, and a large fight. Both Sildren and Xander were able to destroy that crystal so they wouldn't be able to get the passage destroyed. And in the middle of the fight, there was a massive monster attack after Xander got the passage. He was able to get to it, and so now we're getting ready to get out because there's this huge fight going on. But then a huge fist, a house-sized fist, the way it was described, punched through the tower, raining rocks and stone and everything on top of everybody, and then giant orange eyes are looking into the tower to defend it. Sildren identified it as a water Goliath, and that is what we are in the middle of right now. There is a huge monster attacking all of us in the undead. Yaru got a piece of the crystal that was erasing the message in his hands where we left off, and the rest of us are still fighting for our lives. Xander nearly dying in the process. That's where we are. Literally in the middle of that fight is where we left off. So if we can still get there, let the adventure begin!
Places?
Piercy, the swashbuckler, blinks. The rat folk finds himself all alone, hanging upside down several feet above a stone brick floor. Ropes and chains dangling from a tall chamber are wrapped around his little body. He has no idea where he is or how he has gotten there. As he tries to move his arms, chunks of blue crystal flake off his clothes and skin.
Well, Percy, you've got yourself into some trouble now.
He stretches his arms and legs, cracking crystal pieces off his body to the floor. There is a tremendous boom, and the chamber he is in shudders as something massive slams into it. The chains wrapped around Piercy send him swinging through the air.
Ooh, you've definitely got yourself into some big troubles.
The sound of battle can be heard up nearby stairs before another boom shudders the tall chamber. Piercy is sent swinging violently across the room at the end of his chain. Knowing he is trapped and will likely be killed at any moment, Piercy carefully chooses his final words. He is swung towards a metal gate hanging over the entrance to the stairs and is able to grab hold. The last of the crystallized pieces fall from his fur, and Piercy is able to reach down and draw his short sword. With a quick swing, Piercy cuts himself loose and is dropped to the ground on his feet.
That's easy enough. Now I just need to find
The chain he was attached to ratchets up into the ceiling, causing the gate to the stairs to ratchet down. Piercy runs for the stairwell as fast as he can.
Oh no! Wait for me, gate!
Piercy dives under the gate just as it slams closed. He gets to his feet and climbs the many steps up, hoping to find out where he is. It doesn't take long before the stairs open up to a chamber with a magic portal ringed by bronze and copper cogs and gears. Piercy takes a closer look at this magical opening.
What have we here? Looks like a doorway to another place. A place of lots of copper, with shiny lightning bouncing up and down. I wonder if my friends went through this portal. If they did, I'll have to follow them.
The sounds of swords, ghosts, and violent spells come from above Piercy.
Nope, they still here. Bye-bye, shiny bouncy lights. I have to go rescue my friends.
Piercy leaves the portal behind and runs up the stairs to a final chamber, where he sees his friends locked in battle with the undead forces of Skordrunar. Corpses of bone and decayed flesh strike at Bali. Wraiths dive at Palik, and Raineth, a shadowy being who has plagued the heroes for months, lashes out at the heroes. Yaru picks himself off the ground, bleeding. He looks stunned. In his hand is an orange shard, a piece designed to wipe away traces of an old riddle, a riddle left behind to defeat the undead champion, Skordrunar. Xander tosses flame at one of the attacking corpses.
I've got the message, everyone! Everything's gonna be okay!
Just then, a massive green fist smashes through the wall, knocking Palik to the ground. Rain and wind pour in through the hole, revealing this battle is taking place atop a tower perched on a small rock of island. A storm rages over this sea, battering the tower in the darkness of night. A massive eye peeks through the huge hole left in the wall.
By the arms of the Stonefather! What is that?
The eye moves away from the hole, revealing a massive Goliath. It rears back with another massive fist to smash the tower. Palik, the halfling thief, ducks under a zombie's claws.
Hell if I know what it is. Bali, why don't you go say hi to it? I think it's sweet on you.
The Goliath smashes its huge fist through the tower, sending stone bricks everywhere. Bali coughs and picks himself up from the ground.
Sweet on me. It seems to want me smashed into fine jelly.
Hey, everyone! I've got the message! Let's get out of here!
Sildren points at the shadow fiend Raineth with grim determination.
Not yet. We still have unfinished business.
Throughout all the chaos of the battle with the dead and the Goliath smashing apart the tower, Yaru stands there holding the orange shard the undead brought with them. He feels the shard's power. He sees the visions the dead have shared with him. He knows the power he has been given. If any of his blood touches this shard, the message they have worked so hard to get, the message that will help defeat Skordrunar, would be erased, wiped clean from this tower and Xander's memory.
Yaru! Are you all right? Get with the kicking and the punching!
Yaru looks up from the shard at his friends. There is an emptiness in his eyes.
I have seen a vision. A vision of suffering souls. What was once clear to me has become cloudy.
Xander, behind you!
The battle with the dead continues around Yaru, who slowly looks around the chamber in a haze.
Our quest to stop Scourgeonar, it is not right. His efforts to free the souls of the damned, there is a balance to that.
Yaru, get to fighting!
Sildren sees the monk standing there, holding the shard in his hands with the empty look in his eyes.
Oh no. Yaru, what are you doing?
I am tired, Sildren. I have been tired for a long time. I have seen things no one should see. The fallen souls, trapped and tormented in a dark realm. They have spoken to me.
Polly looks at the monk in alarm.
That's not possible, Yaru. The dead cannot speak from that place.
I have heard them, seen them, including our own fallen allies. They have told me they are suffering.
It's a lie, Yaru. Do not believe this.
The battle continues, but almost in slow motion, as Yaru brings the shard up towards his bloody wrist. Xander looks at the monk with pleading eyes.
If you use that shard, the message will be destroyed. Scourgeonar will win.
Yaru gets the shard right up to his wrist, a single trickle of his blood snaking its way down his arm.
Don't do it, Yaru. Please.
This message you have found is the key to defeating Scourgeonar, but is that the path we should take? I have stumbled from my path too many times, Anna. I have fought those I once cared for. I have held innocence in my arms as it died. We have saved so many lives, but there are thousands more souls who will be trapped forever if Scourgeonar is slain.
If you do this, Yaru, everything we've done, everything will be wasted.
Yaru looks at the heroes again. The dead attack, and the Goliath swings another massive fist at the tower.
I must restore the balance. I am sorry, my friends. I am lost.
With those words, the single drop of blood from the monk's wrist touches the shard. The message magically written on the wall is vaporized. Xander drops to his knees and clutches his head as the memory of the message is burned away. Yaru lets the shard slip through his fingers, and as it clatters to the ground, the dead stop their attack. The wind blows through the hole in the tower wall, and the heroes, including Piercy, look at Yaru in stunned silence. Raineth turns to you, Yaru, and he says, "Yes, our work here is done. Yaru, I am outnumbered and will be slain by these fools, and so will you. Take my hand, and I will fuse our energies, and we can escape together. There is nothing for you here now. Finish what you have started. Take my hand and join Scourgeonar." And he extends out his shadowy hand to you.
Yaru.
Nah.
Ooh, Yaru is so weak and tired, as he said in the fantastic opening script. He looks kind of beyond Raineth and sees Sildren staring at him.
Charging up.
Yeah, God. Can there be another way? What choice do we have?
We must fight on. And Sildren's gearing up to cast in the direction
Of what?
Raineth and
Okay.
and Young.
Is there a trigger you're waiting for?
A breath.
1 to 2 nanoseconds.
Yaru reaching out to take Raineth's hand will be the trigger.
Okay.
Well, his hand has been kind of in the same
All right.
position at the end of the script. It's not reaching out, but it's just kind of held up off the ground. And
Do not do this, Yaru. You have done enough already. Stop.
I cannot do this alone, Sildren. I need all of you, or we are all lost.
That has always been the way.
Then help me now, before it is too late. And his hand kind of starts, almost against his will, going up towards Rhaenys.
Will that trigger something?
Okay. What do you do, Elder Druid of Varennes?
Oh, fuck. Oh, you had to throw that in there, didn't you?
Where is Polly?
You motherfucker.
Now!
Yeah, I'm gonna delay the trigger. Fuck. Although I actually, you know what? I'm casting Field of Life on Rhaenys, essentially.
Okay.
Field of Life. Let me find it. It is a 6th level spell.
You heal all catfolk within 500 feet.
Field of positive energy fills the area, exuding warmth and rejuvenating those within. Each living creature that starts its turn in this area regains 1d8 hit points. Any undead creature takes 1d8 positive damage. 30-foot, 20-foot burst. Sustained for a minute. So yeah, not like an immediate large impact, but also kind of giving that positive energy
Sure.
to Yaru to maybe, you know.
Feel that little spiritual.
Yeah, so it's
It's a God-shaped hole inside all of us.
no. Yeah. So that's what.
All right, you feel that wash over you. Rhaenys is flinching a bit under the uncomfortability of this natural healing energy. You can see maybe some little bit of moss and stuff growing around on the stone tiles. But and Rhaenys is still outstretched with this shadowy hand. Take my hand.
Bolly would like to cast a spell.
Go for it.
Bolly would like to cast Overwhelming Presence.
Okay.
Let's see.
It's a level 9 divine spell.
Oh, jeez.
Holy crap.
Jeez.
I'm gonna smite the bejesus out of you.
The Baketh.
There will be a God-shaped hole in your heart.
It's my own spell turned against me. I think that puts Yaru.
Everyone you want. Everyone.
Everyone.
We can.
Okay.
Time and stuff can shape around. So
So
catching everyone. What is the visual of this spell? First of all.
there is a brilliant flash, and I guess the lensing of it would create this like weird depth of field to where Bolly's presence is just magnified. He's now much, much, much larger, and he's kind of dressed out in these very flashy robes, old kind of stone raiments adorn him now, and heavy gems and all these different types of metals and whatnot. He seems to rise from the floor a bit, and this pulse, this wave of eminence comes from him and washes over everyone. And he peers at Rhaenys, but peers through him, through the wispy shadows and whatnot. Even his glare commands some sort of, well, command, just moves it out of the way, separates him, if you will. And
You need to make a willpower save, Yaru, and I'm also making a willpower save for Rhaenys. What is your spell DC, Molly?
I think it's a 38.
It's a very important number to know.
It's a big
I
number.
know Sildren's is 38.
Is it?
Yeah,
Okay, then
Yeah,
it's
so-
Bolly's
38.
is actually 39.
Is it 39?
I believe you took a feat that moves your ACs, because I know that I'm 38, and I've always heard that yours like one up from me.
I think for meta reasons, I don't want to make this, do I?
Well, whatever hero points I have, I'll be spending to counter you. So
I can not roll, right?
If you would like to fail, you can choose to fail.
Yeah, Yaru reaching out for Bali, feeling some ghostly presence that is not the ghost in front of him. His open palm will start to clench and he'll bring it back down, awaiting what he knows is Bali.
All right. And according to the spell, you must pay tribute to this supernatural view that you see of
is he opting to critically fail or
no, just fail.
Yeah,
You must pay
just
tribute 6 times, just some sort of acknowledgement, a nod, something like that.
I'm picturing more than that. I'm picturing almost in the same way that he kind of goes inside of himself to speak to Xander. It's almost like when he does that, there's like a black room and a spotlight on him and like inside of the mind. Oh, sorry. That's what I'm seeing right now. Yaru goes inside himself and all he sees is the bright light of a presence, a stony, dark but super bright black-haired being that he
Okay.
knows.
The weaker undead scatter in, some of them are crushed, some fade away, some of them just shrink away out of the darkness. There is one, though, that does get a roll, and that will be Raineth, and I just rolled it, and it turned up red, which means it's a natural 1. My first roll of the game. So it could be a failure or critical based on the roll, and his natural 1 is a 36, so that is a total critical failure. So he must pay tribute 6 times and has no control and cannot string it out along, so he must spend some time now.
I have one counter to that.
Sure.
It is an incapacitate, and if he's big enough, it will bump it to
Over your spell. Okay,
fail.
so he's a failure. So he just has to pay 6 times. He can string it out. He then is starting to back away from Yaru and is just holding up his hand to the bright light that he senses coming from you, Bali. Oh, no! Ah! No!
To which he hears the booming voice over him. I did not even have to command that.
So I'm in the real world. You probably see Yaru almost in a shackled position on the ground, facing Bali now. But in his mind, he's very much humbling himself before what he
So
thinks.
very much what's in front of you now is the presence and being of the Stonefather himself. And the voice booms out and again separates Raineth in this very awkward and uncomfortable way. Come away from him, Yaru. You were never not amongst friends. You've always been the heart, the soul of what it is to be life, to be the foundation, the stone that we are all bound to. Come away and find yourself again. And the hand just reaches out.
This hand, Yaru will accept. And he will say... he will accept it, but he will say to himself and to the being, how could they forgive me after such a betrayal? How can I forgive myself? What have I done to this world?
Raineth is being pushed back away from this light with another action. With a second action, he's yelling at his remaining undead, fight! With his last action, he is trying to strike at Sildren with his spectral hand.
Rather, he didn't.
Okay, you were prepped for something.
Cone of Cold is what I had essentially prepped. And I think it's at 5th level. So yeah, so he has to make a basic reflex save.
Reflex save coming is 51.
Okay, well, I won't bother to roll.
Okay.
Because he critically succeeded.
All right, all that ice just goes right through him. He takes no damage whatsoever. His last action was to reach out and touch someone.
Yep.
That is you with a 46 to hit, Sildren.
Yes.
You have been just a regular hit is 48 points of damage.
I'm down.
Sildren is dropped and is
He's not down.
he's not down.
He's not down. So this presence still in the middle of the room is focused on Yaru and sees the movement of Raineth and snaps his head towards him. An older enchantment that was already on you flashes into being. And the strike, you see Raineth's hand pass through you and then strike Bali instead.
What?
And what is this? What does this affect?
This is the life connection reaction.
Life Connection. It is a spell, level 3. It is a last 24 hour. Yep. Okay. Reaction. Target takes the damage. You must be within range, though, and the range is only 1 mile. After calculating the amount of the damage the target would take, you lose an equal number of hit points, and the target doesn't take any of the damage.
Wow.
So I'm taking 48.
You take all of it. However, the effects still have a chance to trigger.
Yes,
Sildren, make a Fortitude 40 save. 40, Fortitude.
Fortitude, huh?
Yep.
I'm gonna use a hero point because I rolled a 4, and it's not gonna cover it. And that will be a 43.
You're fine. You are not drained of your life at all.
Good.
Xander, Piercy, and Palik, we haven't heard from you guys. You have all witnessed everything that's happened here with Yaru. Anything you would like to say and or do?
Does Piercy know what's going on at the
Yes.
moment? Okay.
Yes.
You went up to Xander. Last breath.
Catch me up.
All right then. So Piercy's just run up to into this room.
Yeah, you've run up, you're looking left to right, you've seen this battle happen, another giant fist from the Goliath outside smash, and then this big scene with Yaru erasing the message, and then this last few moments that have happened.
Whew. Piercy looks around the room, and he already has his short sword out. Points it at Yaru. After you.
I deserve that. Inside of his kind of mind image, seeing the Stone Father somewhat phase in and out real quick, glitch as Bali takes that damage for Sildren, that will enact a couple of things in Yaru, taking the hand of the Stone Father himself, acknowledging Keth's acknowledgement of Sildren, hearing the Elder Druid speak. Yaru will kind of say, these gods are real, and these men have been chosen by them. And these men have chosen to keep me here with them, even in all of my mistakes and miscalculations. In sight of these gods and men, Raineth, I will tell you no! And Yaru will use 2 key focus points to heal himself, 128 hit points.
Okay.
And will immediately, if I can, move... Oh, I am right next to Raineth.
No, you guys have been separated by Bali's spell.
by about 10 feet or so?
Yeah.
I will stand up
All right.
and see. I will acknowledge
You
that
rise
Piercy's
up.
there, but I'm facing Raineth.
Like Hulk Hogan rising up from the mat. You come up strong, finally rejuvenated.
Gotcha for 3 minutes.
You can gain a hero point, and Bali gain a hero point as well. You still have a Yosoki with a sword out closing in on him, I believe, yes?
Piercy! Finally!
Take Raineth. We'll deal with Yaru after.
As Piercy's running towards Yaru, he hears Sildren and veers towards Raineth.
Okay, you're closing in on Raineth. Palik, anything you would like to do in all this?
Well, the last thing Palik was doing was racing towards Xander because he was fallen in battle. I would like to know what the Ruiner, but also like stops in her tracks and is like, "What the fuck's going on? So the Ruiner. What is the Ruiner? Is it about to start crushing Xander?
Nope, the Ruiner is gone.
What's going on with the Goliath?
The Goliath is still out there. You can
Uh-huh.
hear it thudding on the sea floor, just outside the tower.
Goliath tapped in from the Ruiner.
I'll be right back for you, Xander. Hold strong. And she'll book it towards the action.
Okay, Xander, you are unconscious, but you have regeneration on you, so you heal a little bit and blink your eyes and can stand up and take 2 actions of something.
Xander.
But you're stupefied, so.
So I
isn't
have,
that
to, I
like-
have to make sure it can still work.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they're culmination of things happening all at once, right? The kind of the blinking, the watching the Yaru shard, the Piercy running in, giant fist coming through. Xander about to say something to Palik, who goes, "Say, hey, hang on," and just takes off. And instead, wearily reaches up and just pulls a fist down like this that just grabs a whole bunch of fire and casts Meteor Swarm.
I have a feeling that's not single target.
That's barely single building.
In a very almost finalized motion, Xander calls down 4 meteors that explode in a fiery blast. They are each of a 40-foot burst.
Jesus.
Which is massive.
Yeah. And Xander has 3 targets. The Goliath.
Outside.
Outside.
Okay.
Against 2 of them. Raineth and Yaru. That can overlap over the top of each other. They are basic reflex saves. So everybody can reflex those if they need to.
Okay, so this is a huge thing to unwrap. So these are giant meteors that come immediately out of the sky, even from a ceiling, if you will, and to come crashing down. Huge fiery and bludgeoning damage as well. These have 2 effects. One, there is a 40-foot burst that they do that Jeremy just mentioned. There's also a tighter 10-foot burst in the middle that's extra juicy, full of nougaty goodness to do extra damage.
Are you looking at the map, by the way? I'm just checking.
Yeah, no. Xander's not looking at the map.
So,
Can't heal this damage.
yeah. So that is going to do, you said 1 at Raineth, 1 at Yaru, right? And then 1 at
Correct.
the Goliath.
2 at the Goliath.
Okay,
There's
10 for
4.
burst and 4 exploding. The
Does
meteors.
Xander even know what a meteor is? Let's just establish this first.
I saw you lean into it once. It was pretty cool.
It's a happy fun rock. It's on fire.
Saving throw applies to both that and that. All right, so what is, what's your spellcasting modifier, Xander?
38.
38. I need Yaru, Sildren. Oh, Jesus.
That's what
Everyone.
you wanted the DC, right? The-
Yeah.
Yeah.
I need Yaru, Sildren, Palik, and Bali.
Yeah, I want survivors.
And Piercy.
Piercy's not on the map.
Yeah, I want to get
38.
Piercy in there. To make reflex saving throws, and this is going to be really bad for Sildren and Palik.
Natural 20,
Whoa.
which is a critical fit pass.
What was the DC?
38.
I got a 38. My successes are critical.
Roll your damage for this.
The bludgeoning damage or the fire damage or both?
Whatever.
Whatever. Yeah, you pick.
Roll both separate things.
Okay.
Or Chris, roll 14d6. And Jeremy, roll 6d10.
Holy shit.
I had to calculate it
I
out.
got a critical success. I'm fine.
Critical success, Palik?
Critical success.
Wow, Bali?
Critical failure.
Oh.
Jesus.
20 hero points?
Yeah, I just used it. I'm okay.
But you need 2 hero points to re-roll.
Yeah, I know. I spent 2, but I still failed.
Just spend 1, and I'll spend the other one.
Yeah, you can't spend 2. So you have to
Well,
spend
here,
one.
can't?
let
You
me.
can only spend 1 of your own.
Oh.
You can use one of
How
mine
long
since
have
I
I
have
been
3.
On a critical fail, you can only spend 1 of your own.
All right, so who got clipped then? Just Bali and all of that? Oh, I didn't roll
Oh.
Raineth.
Sildren did as well.
So you took regular damage?
Yeah, I failed.
All right, and I didn't roll his. So this is going to take a second here, guys, because that's just one of these.
I think even what I rolled is still a critical failure. Against,
Moving
did you
out
roll?
of the
11.
way.
Yeah.
What?
I rolled.
what's your modifier?
Well, what's
it's
your
like a 30
reflex saving throw?
I gotta check.
What
If
was
it's
the
above a 28, then it's not
Yeah,
critical
It's
failure.
above a 28. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
How
long have you been playing this game?
Reflex 38. Yeah. Failure.
So regular failure. Okay. So each creature in the main area, that is Sildren, and Sildren alone takes the bludgeoning 6d10 damage. How much is that?
That was 36 damage.
36 bludgeoning damage to Sildren.
Down.
Then 14d6. How much was that, Chris?
48.
48 points to Sildren and Bali. And
Does that happen simultaneously?
Yes.
Okay, good, because I'm down.
Okay. And Palik, Yaru,
Nice little
Piercy, and Raineth took none of that damage.
Oh.
And that was from Raineth's thing. Then we have another one that was on Yaru. So I need everyone to roll those again.
Even though I rolled a natural 20.
Yep, it's a whole separate meteor.
That's about
You're like,
children.
whoo, you look up, there's a big shadow coming down on
I got these.
you.
I mathed them
Crit
out.
success.
Critical success.
39.
It's a critical success. Oh, Bali's down? Oh.
Yeah.
So, Bali, you were dying 1?
I'm dying 1 present.
All right, you are now dying 2.
Dying 2.
What did I do?
And I can't
Well.
determine the
Something very
the cause of that. It's just I see a monster bashing at the walls, and it's
Just
it's all coming
huge
down.
fire meteor exploding all over the place. Sildren, how'd you fare?
I'm down.
Oh, you're down.
Yeah.
So you're dying
First
2.
So you're dying
two.
2 as well. Okay. And then I'm going to roll Raineth, who could also take the fire damage for this was reflex, and he got a 56. So he takes no damage. So your target took no damage whatsoever, unfortunately, and 2 of your friends have been dropped. The 2 healers of the group, if you will, Sildren and Bali. Last but not least, there is another final meteor raining down outside towards the Goliath, which then bats it out of the sky entirely.
Jesus.
And just goes and sizzles in the water a quarter mile away.
And hits Sildren and Sildren and Bali again.
No, it hits that orc ship.
Yeah, we're gonna make it.
Your cleric can't do math, so hold on, I gotta figure this out.
What do you say to all that, Xander?
Whoops.
Your cleric is still up.
Oh, Bali's still alive. Not quite dead.
Not quite dead, but damn close.
Bali, you're a lot thinner.
He's only mostly dead.
Okay, what do you guys want to do?
What the fuck?
He broke up my crystal. I had a message. It's gone.
Doesn't mean you hit everyone.
Doesn't it?
I told you the guy was in my head, man. What do you want me to do? Get him out of my head? I'm not the healer. He's out now. We can go. Let's go. We gotta get
Too
out of
soon
here.
for you to make jokes.
We gotta get out of here.
Yaru, I'm looking at you.
We gotta get out of here.
Piercy's
I'm not
still
joking
racing
about that
towards
part.
Raineth.
What was that, Piercy?
He's still racing towards Raineth, I
Okay.
suppose.
I'm rolling initiative for you and Palik.
But really, we gotta get out of here.
You're just not on the map. Sorry about that.
No.
There, where are you? There you are. I'll move you on there, put you right next to the evil shadow dude, add you to the encounter, and then roll some initiative for you.
Does my after you from a few minutes ago count?
Yeah, we'll say it does. So, Palik, Piercy, you guys have, and well, Yaru, you were wanting to get on this too. Is that correct?
Yeah, I'm trying to escape. I'm trying to escape.
You're trying to escape. Okay. We're dealing with the fight right now. Raineth, Palik, Piercy, you guys are locked in combat with Raineth. He goes first. He is going to attack Palik with some nastiness. We're going to do triple attacks with his hand, trying to drain the life from you. 1, 2, 3 rolls. Palik, that's a 45 to hit,
That's a hit.
39 to hit.
Hit.
And then he critically fails. You get +3 on your first attack against him as he sets up an opening. You have been hit, though, for 37 points of force damage and 36 points of force damage. And then you need to make Fortitude save 40 twice.
Fail.
Ooh.
And a natural 20.
Okay.
Nice.
You fail one. That is, you are drained 1 and stupefied 1, which further drops your maximum hit points. And then we have Palik. You are next. Raineth is, damn it, he's been hit already in this fight. What you want to do?
Son of a bitch. right next to him. I'm gonna swing.
Okay, stabbing away. Good luck.
36.
Miss.
44.
Miss.
Dang it!
Hmm.
3 misses.
Okay.
Shoot!
With a +3 and everything?
On the first one, Piercy.
Yeah, I rolled the balls.
Yeah, Piercy will take his first swing.
How about we move you to the other side of him if you want for an action?
Yeah, that'd be great.
Okay, so your second action was whatever you just rolled
Okay.
with a +2 for flanking.
So it's 40. That's only 42.
42 is a miss.
Dang it!
Third one is gonna be finisher. Why not?
Doing a finisher.
And that is 38.
38. It is Rainith's turn. We're going to do one more round of this, then other people can join in if they would like. Rainith goes again and says, "Die!" as he continues to attack Palik to end her life.
No!
He reaches out 3
Throw some
times.
more meteors.
49 to hit.
Oh, that's a critical
Critical on Palik. 42 to hit
hit.
and 37 to hit.
Miss.
Oh my god.
Does my reaction still up at all? Is my reaction up?
You don't need to concentrate for that, right? Oh wait, you're not dead. That's
I'm
right.
not
You didn't
dead.
pass out.
No, you can only have it on one living creature every 24 hours. You can't have it on multiple people.
No. This isn't a life connection.
A new
It's
reaction. Yeah, you have a
different
fresh reaction. Yeah.
I will use that fresh reaction after the critical mix contact. And this will be to, you see
Kill Palik.
Palik freeze up and fall over dead.
Oh,
Hoping you still had that.
the illusionary death. You
Yeah.
take, though, 75 points of real force
It
damage.
won't matter. You will actually fall.
You actually drop dead. Oh.
Then
chance.
Palik falls over.
It's actually thump, and then there's this cloud of dust that kicks up somewhere else.
Then he will do his last attack with a -8 on Piercy, who is right next to him, with a 43 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
Rainith is taking the group down piece by piece. That is 31 points of force damage. Make a fortitude save, Palik and Piercy. 40 is your target number, fortitude.
Even if I'm down?
Yeah,
I pass.
you're good.
44.
Natural 20?
You're good. And you've had 2 of those in a row. You are now resilient to his total drain
Nice.
life for the rest of this battle. Palik, you are down. Piercy, you're up.
My turn?
Yes.
I tumble through Rainith.
We'll see about that.
That's a 47.
He puts out a boot and stops you cold.
Oh, wow.
Right?
A shadowy boot.
We've been saying that before.
Hey,
what?
At the
Mm-hmm.
surprised by this, I just lash out for a swing with my short sword. And miss. And then I juke and try and tumble through again.
Good luck.
That one is a 51.
Is a success. You tumble through, you're on the other side of him, and you gain your panache back for bonus goodness. However, your turn is done.
It is.
We're starting an all new round. Who else wants to join in on this chaos?
Yaru.
Yaru will.
Xander.
I'll be joining.
Xander will. Bali will. Sildren
Sildren is still
Sildren will.
unconscious.
Still unconscious.
I mean, I'd love to hop up and get in on this,
All right.
but
Let's do that.
I'm sort
Okay.
of this
That's all right.
sizzling
That was a
over
little
here.
out of time thing. So we're back at the top of the initiative. It is Palik. You need to make a dying roll.
I needed to stress this as well. Everyone who was in my burst had a +2
Yeah.
to all of the
Armor classes? Okay.
It was counting.
All right.
I don't think I would have changed.
Palik making a
anything for me.
dying roll.
Yep, I'm good. 19.
Okay, great. It is Rainith's turn again. He is going to strike 3 times. He's striking at you, Piercy. Sildren, you're right next to him as well.
Unconscious.
Oh, you're unconscious though. That's a 42 to you, Piercy.
Yes.
That's a hit.
Yes.
That is 54 points, almost max damage, and you need to make a fortitude save.
That's only a. It's only a 34.
Okay, you are drained life 1, so you lose 17 current and maximum hit points, and you have stupefied 1, which doesn't have a big effect on you, no offense. And then he also reaches out and brushes with his wraithly hand upon the leg of Sildren, increasing your dying level to 3. And with our house rule at 5, you are dead. He also does the same exact thing to the dying Palik, but only gets the ghostly image instead. Bali, you have your turn, and then Sildren, you're next.
How far away is the gate?
The portal? It's
Yes.
beneath you, maybe 30 feet diagonally. What is happening? He's doing math.
From here, I'd have to relinquish it, I think, and do that.
Okay, what are you going to do? You're going to make your mind up.
Yeah, no. I'm looking at the
Yeah,
range
no.
of my healing, which has yet to go off. It is 30. Oh, I already did the math for you. That's great.
All right, 5, 4, 3.
I've
Two,
got no, I can cast
one.
from there. I will cast from there.
What are you doing?
It's a heal.
Okay, who are you healing?
It's a cone, and it's not including Rayneth.
Oh, just blasting everyone, and you can take Rayneth out of that equation. Great.
Take Rayneth out of that equation.
All right.
And I can still sustain my thing, so I'll do that.
Cool. You roll that heal, and we'll move on with Sildren and heal everyone up while you're doing that. Sildren, you are
Conscious again.
You're being healed.
conscious. Oh, no, I'm so sorry. That's not true, Sildren.
30.
Your initiative should be moved at the front.
Although that happened at the out of time thing, and it should be in front of Xander technically, since
Alright.
he's the one that brought me down.
Yeah, that's true. Let's do that. I like that. That's bizarrely interesting. Not your turn, though. Piercy, you're up.
All right.
Good
Piercy.
call.
Thank you.
Piercy was going to reach down to give some healing to Palik, but does not find Palik there in corporeal form, apparently.
Yes. She seems to be phased out of reality somehow.
Okay, so instead turns back towards Rayneth with panache and takes another swing.
Regular swing?
I'ma hit you. And it's they're at 41.
41 is not going through with what you predicted.
Okay. Second attack. I'ma hit you again. That's
Wait, Rayneth is undead.
He is.
No, I will tag him with that spell as well then, and he can roll for some avoidance.
Resistance of that. Okay.
it's 44.
44 is a miss.
Okay.
And what was your last action?
My last action is to. And when I tumble through, he gets a -2 to AC, doesn't he?
And Palik would be back up, so he would actually have flanking.
The muttering
Except
questions.
for I'm invisible.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. What was your question?
When I tumble through, they're flat-footed. Is that -2 to AC?
It's
No.
No. Okay.
No.
Never mind. I thought it was. It's gonna swing again with a finisher. And that's 48.
48?
Yeah.
Is a hit. That was your finisher? That's huge.
There you go. Wait a minute. Let me count. No,
Don't count.
sorry. That's
48.
38.
38?
Yeah.
Why? Why did you get my whole
Why?
That's such a tease.
Why?
I carried the one.
The
wrong
one,
way.
the wrong, math is not a strong suit. All right. Piercy unfortunately misses. We had a will save of, I'm sorry, it was a fortitude save with a healing that you hit Rayneth with? Is that correct?
Yes.
51.
It's a success.
A success or critical?
Critical success, but it won't do.
He takes no damage, unfortunately.
What does
Ye-
everyone else get?
Yeah, he
Yeah,
healed.
what was the heal?
I healed everyone 40, except for Xander. who will be healing on your own.
I'll get some of my own.
All right. Yaru.
Yaru is still somewhat dazed with all that is happening. He looks up. He looks up at the Avatar Goliath being.
Just outside the tower?
Mhm.
Okay.
Is it looking at anything or anyone in particular to my 1,000 eyes?
That's like, what is the sun looking at right now?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's just smashing with all purpose.
Oh, right at this moment, you see it's reared back with a big fist of its four arms.
Is it everyone's up? Right?
Well, everyone's
Everyone that
alive,
matters.
No one's unconscious?
Correct.
Okay.
supposedly. Unless you're throwing meteor swarms around.
Yeah, I can't quite do
I
that.
can do that. Hang on.
Meteor fist, but not storm. Yaru will say to everyone in the eyepiece, in his mind, in actual common, we have to get out of here now, downstairs, or we all attack Raineth together. We end this, or we run.
Kill Raineth.
Very well. I will move to diagonal of Sildren.
All right, that's one action.
Second action will be a 2-action punch, 1-inch punch, excuse me.
You have missed many attacks. However, you are not as confused when it comes to Raineth now. You have +2 on all attacks against him the rest of this battle.
Okay. Let's do Raneth.
All right, this is your last action, a big super punch.
Well, last action
Oh,
says,
yeah, yeah.
says you.
Okay.
Yeah, 2-action punch here. Oh, not bad. It's an 18.
That's huge.
That's a 50 total.
50 is a hit.
Nice.
Wow.
Friggin' finally.
That's 5, 6, 9 plus 27. That's what, 36?
36
Points of damage.
All right.
Of that, he cannot resist some because I have like magic hands.
You got. That's what I've been saying.
Yes, I do. I have. They are mystic hands, something like that. So just for like magical resistances and stuff. Yeah,
It's cut in half or something like that.
it is.
Okay. Duly noted. You had
So
one.
36, and 3 of that is fire, if that means anything. And then I do have another punch coming at him because
Your
I
haste-
have a speed rune.
Yeah.
So I will do one more attack, and my second modifier plus 28. Not horrible. 28 plus 17. What is that? 45.
45 is a miss.
And does that include your flanking?
Oh, plus 2. That 47. And
Is
the
a
last one was 52.
hit.
47.
Nice. There we go.
Somehow
49.
the monk is punching through the shadow and connecting.
I have told you no, and you will be banished from this place, Raineth. Not banished, destroyed. 3, 6 plus 5 is 11. 4 of that is going to be fire damage.
So 11 damage.
11 plus my 10, so 21.
21. He's taking some blows. He's getting pretty hurt, but he's still hanging in there. Sildren, you are prone but conscious.
It's 67.
And wounded 3.
Yeah.
Whoosh.
Sildren stands up, and I don't have much for us. Actually, you know what? Sildren is going to cast haste.
Hold that thought.
Uh-huh.
Don't be in such a hurry.
Hold that thought.
Don't be hasty.
The Dungeon Master says.
Yaru, no.
Hello.
Shunka comes running over from the far side of this chamber over to you, Sildren. Does not attack at all, but stands beside you, and that gives you strength from your companion, strength from nature, and strength from your god. And in this terrible moment, this dire situation, with Raineth dropping the group with this fist about to slam into the tower, you feel reinvigorated with power and have all access to all of your spells again from your god.
Wow.
Nice. not immediately helpful, but very nice.
Takes it back, you dick.
It's about balance, yo.
You've got every spell available.
Yeah. Well, like my full spell book.
Nope.
Okay, just my
Your
night
level
spells.
9
Just
are
your pet
available.
That's what I thought.
Okay.
So not immediately helpful.
I was kind of hoping for it in blue.
I mean, it's nice.
I'm not
Thank
complaining or anything.
you. I don't want to seem ungrateful. No, that's very exciting. Thank you.
You're not making it better.
All right, what are you doing, Sildren?
Fuck. I'm gonna cast haste on the group.
Haste on the group.
Haste at 7th level.
Oh, wow.
On the group.
Well, I give you 9th, and you just spend 7th. What is this? This
Do
is
I
a
have
joke.
5 actions now if I choose? Is that what that means?
I don't know if they stack, but
Yeah, well, I'll combine it into the speed.
Haste, magic fire. It gains the quickened condition. So no, you've gained the quickened condition from 2 different sources.
Okay, so I can use it.
And
for
what was
either
your
one.
original one? It was the rune, right?
Speed rune, yes.
PF2E. Let me
Quicken
just double
first.
check that. Speed rune, because this might be a factor. You gain the quicken condition, so it doesn't stack. But everyone else, you gain the additional action, which can be used to strike or move.
strike or move.
Okay.
Everybody except for Xander.
Nah.
Because
Okay.
he's too far away.
Speaking of which, Xander, it is your turn. And looking at my map, this is terrifying for me as a game master, as we have lots of wounded people and a perfect X pattern around the enemy with Xander at the far end of the room.
Who already made a point that he doesn't give a shit.
Yeah.
No. After seeing Sildren drop and come back up,
You're at 30 hit points now.
I do need to double check my range. Ooh, I'm twice as strong as I was like 6 seconds ago, so I'm feeling feisty. How far am I from Rainith?
Too far.
You're not too far.
120.
Yeah, I am. Say that again.
120 feet.
Woo! Xander casts Flesh to Stone. On Rainith.
I was we wanted to know.
It's an area effect.
Everyone's holding their breath like,
I know. We need the direct object of the sentence so badly.
yeah, so he
Okay.
has to make a basic fortitude saving throw. Did I say basic?
Flesh to stone. What level are you casting this at?
I am casting it at level... Oh, I have to
Infinity.
cast it at level 6. It's a 6 spell. It's not a signature.
Okay. The spell immediately fails.
Oh my god.
Target must be made of flesh.
Oh, so he is incorporeal. That's important. That's interesting to note. I feel bad about this.
Have
I
I not?
feel like that's it.
Incorporeal to flesh.
Well, he's hit us a couple of times. He's not been like fully smoking.
No, but he's not flesh.
Is it specific? Try to turn target. It does say
One
flesh.
targets one creature
it's
made
in
of
the name of the
flesh.
spell.
Flesh to stone.
I'm gonna rethink that.
The shadow
Recognizable-
fiend reigneth.
Yeah. No, it's,
Remind me
it's a
after
shadow
this, Sildren and Xander will sit down and we'll talk.
I just don't understand. Does he walk around? Why doesn't he fall to the floor? He fall to the floor if he's not real.
You have one action left. You can take that to regret or whatever you like.
Yeah, not about it. Xander will run forward. He'll get
a little closer.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So 30 feet in, please.
That brings us to Palik. You're prone on the
Is
ground.
that 30 feet in towards your wall? That is still hovering and being vicious?
Palik will kip up
Okay.
for free. Not feeling great.
You're not the only one.
Yeah. We'll take out an elixir of life major and drink it.
That's 2 actions. You have 2 left.
I will figure out the heal in half a second after I do these 2 strikes.
2 strikes. Not easy to do. You get +2 for flanking.
46
Is a hit.
Nice.
$57.
57 is nice bit of damage. Raineth is you slice sections of shadow off that go flying away like little puffs of clouds, but he reels back in pain.
45.
Is a miss. And you get your healing.
Yeah, that greater elixir of life major is that 8d6. I didn't write it down.
I don't
Does
know.
anybody know that?
For what?
Major elixir of life.
Don't know.
86 sounds accurate, though.
Nah. not
New 12.
Elixir of life. I've great major is 8d6 plus 21.
Oh,
Trust
nailed
the
it.
cleric. You can't do math.
And she was invisible. Is she still invisible?
Still invisible.
Even
I
after a
didn't
hit?
pass out, and you can do it anytime you want to be hostile. It's
Oh,
it's a
yeah,
heightened
yeah,
It's
spell.
that he heightened it to super. So with you still invisible, Raineth is going to try to kill you, Palik. He is going to strike 3 times. And I'm going to roll the strikes to hit, but then he has to roll the house rule of 13 or higher to hit an invisible creature.
Okay.
Flat 13 or higher. So that's a 48 to hit.
48 is critical.
Critical. And then 4D to hit. 4-0.
Is a hit.
Okay, so you've been hit once. Here's the regular hit. And he rolled a miss. Caught nothing but air trying to figure out where you're at. But the critical is a swiping at the air is a hit with a 14. Palik has been struck by him again, catching you.
damn it.
You have been hit for 75 points of force damage.
Lord.
And you also need to make a Fortitude 40
You said I
save.
didn't have to do that ever again.
Couple of 20s.
Rain.
That's a wound 1, but a dying 3 then.
Palik is.
Dying 1, wounded 1.
That was
I'm not down. That's what I got left.
Yeah, dying refreshes.
you got hit for.
I just heal. I did that heal.
Oh, I didn't even do the math.
Okay. Good. All right, we're good. Raineth is just desperately
Yeah.
trying to. He knows he cannot escape easily whatsoever. And Bali, it is your turn.
Bali unleashes with a brilliant spell. Brilliant
sentence.
Brilliant spell. This is that's still going. I will leave up the divine aura, and I will cast with my heel in a conical fashion, hitting everyone but Xander. Why? And I'm going to move just a little closer.
Because you have your haste.
Yes.
How much closer?
Give me 10 feet. And Bali's just kind of doing this, just kind of estimating and
All right, you cast this wave of healing, which hits all of your friends. Go ahead and roll that healing while we move on. And Raineth just barely passes, so he takes half of that in damage.
fantastic.
All right, moving forward with Piercy.
Piercy has a Char Ice scale amulet on
Oh, all right.
that has something called, I believe, Dragon Fear.
Loot. This is under a group I have on my computer. Loot Piercy should not really have. I have Char Ice Scale Amulet. This amulet is made from the scales of legendary Char Ice. While you have this on you, you have resistance to 5 to acid, cold, electricity, fire, and poison. And you can breathe out once per day. Oh, no.
Twice per day.
Yeah, sorry. Your resistance against those. Okay, if you take breath. Okay, blah. It says once per day, according to me. You exude an aura that terrifies all foes within 60-foot radius with a frightful presence. They get a DC 34 will save. That's 2 actions to trigger that.
2 actions, maybe that was.
It just a heads up. That 34, that's probably his base.
Probably is.
It's really low.
Yeah, now that I think about it. Thanks for that information.
Sure.
Percy is going to, without panache, just take a regular old swing. I'ma hit you. Let's see. Oh, where's my thing? Ooh, that might.
And
There-
flanking.
48.
48 is a hit
Yes.
from behind.
So that's 9, 13, plus 9, 22 points of damage.
22.
4 of that is fire, if it matters.
All right. How much damage did he take? Half of that from you, Bali?
I did 46, so he takes additional 23 positive healing damage.
He is critically wounded. He is barely hanging in there whatsoever, Piercy.
Okay. Percy has 3 more actions.
No!
He's going to swing again. He sees that did something. Swings again for a miss. Third swing.
Deflecting as best he can.
Ooh, it's a critical because he rolled a 19. He has keen.
What's your total?
Yeah, the total has to.
42, 44.
44 is
Did you include flanking?
Yeah.
So that's a miss. So the critical brings it up to a regular hit.
Okay. So regular hit was not much. 6, 7, yeah, 16.
16. He's all yours.
Oh!
Percy's just, almost eyes closed, just like, and here's like the final like, as he like gets his sword stuck in this shadow.
So what is he stabbing? You said it's shadow. Is it not solid? You can swing through it?
It's magical. You gotta understand.
I
It's
just thought he might have a
incorporeal. It
little-
doesn't
Hold on,
mean
into
we
my
can't
moment.
get
That's
through.
It's his takedown. Back off.
You guys.
Down in front, man.
Peanut gallery.
And Percy just kind of opens his squinted eyes and slowly draws the sword out of the shadows, and the shadows just kind of follow the sword out and just wisp away.
And I'll add to that, it all wisp away. There's a little bit of his eyes and maybe a little bit of a black glimmer of his hands as he walks and kind of sinks and disappears at the same time, almost falling forward towards you, Yaru, with his hands in some sort of desperate grab to try and get you. But he just fades away, and the last thing you guys see is his eyes, his little yellowish eyes that fade away as he just lightly doesn't touch you at all and disappears. Reigneth the Shadow Fiend, the right arm of Scourgeonar, who has been a huge pain in this group's side throughout this campaign and has slain Xander's father and has been causing so much trouble, has been defeated by the defenders of Varen. Well done, everybody. All of you gain a hero point.
All
All
right.
right.
Percy then turns to Xander. Did you get the message?
No! Xander casts Fiery Body.
All right, as soon as you do, there is a huge boom, and all of you need to make a reflex saving throw as a giant Goliath fist comes smashing through the tower again.
Natural 20.
I wanted you to look up a spell.
I'm gonna.
I'm gonna use a hero point.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and use that fresh hero point.
Yeah.
Burn a hole in my pocket.
I'm gonna do that too.
There we go,
All
much
I
better.
rolled is a name. We're gonna make that up.
You said
What?
reflex.
Holy jukes!
Reflex.
Reflex.
What
Reflex
did
save.
we need to hit?
I did not tell you that.
48.
Oh,
42.
okay.
43.
Okay.
47.
And you guys get to make
Criticals.
successes criticals.
Yep.
Doesn't matter. And what did you get?
48.
48.
I do not get to make successes criticals.
Yes. You take 25 points of bludgeoning damage. What did you get, Xander?
47.
And you take 25 points of damage, Xander. Piercy, you take none. Bali, you take none. You guys are safe as a huge sections and walls are blown around you, but some columns and pillars smash into Yaru and Palik. You guys take 50 points of bludgeoning
Even
damage.
though it was critical,
Critical
success.
successes?
How? What? It was not a critical.
All successes are critical.
It was not a success.
Oh, sorry.
It wasn't?
Sorry if I wasn't clear on that.
How much damage?
50.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Oops. Ouch.
Boom. You guys are hit, and are you guys unconscious?
Nope.
No.
I need you both make reflex saves of, I'll tell you, 46, or be sent flying out the other side of the tower.
Whoa!
46.
Yaru barely grabs onto the edge and is holding on as more shards go flying by.
You got a
Philippe,
hero
what
point?
happened?
I rolled a 12, which is not 46.
You want one of my hero
It's
points?
44. I will have a hero point left, so I'll use it. Oof, and get a 46.
Wow.
Hanging on to Yaru's tail.
Grab the tail.
Not the tail. I know I fucked up. God.
Yeah,
Is
this.
feather fall a reaction?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So screaming.
Yeah. So I will scream Featherball as my reaction.
All right. Yeah, you guys are not sent flying, and you just see this smash, and this big Goliath. Like half of the roof has either been blown off or collapsed down in.
Not cool, bro. And let's go. And Sildren tries to gather everybody and get them into the door to go downstairs.
Okay.
I have a crazy thing I want to try.
It just might work.
Maybe.
Because we haven't had enough crazy things to try this.
We have enough. Letting you guys run. Absolutely. Run.
Are you not running with this?
Not right now.
Are we still hasted?
Yes.
Yeah.
Bali.
What's
looks at me. Bali makes a mad dash to where the runes are, or were rather.
The message was burned away?
Yes.
Okay.
And gets on his knees and places his hand on the walls, and he starts chanting, and he starts casting stone tell to ask the spirits that reside in the stone what the message might have been that we need.
Tricky.
I don't know if that's too meta, but
I'm so proud of you, son. A face comes through the. It's me.
All right. You kneel down before the stone. You put your hands upon the stone, and what do you ask of it? What do you say?
I don't know.
I go, old and wizened spirits, those who've resided in this tower for many a year and know every inch and crevice and pebble since its founding. There were words here at a time, and those words now are gone. Please, in the name of the Stonefather, reveal them to me.
This is crazy, but it's awesome. The stone starts to create some weird etching symbols. You can see some words possibly appear, but you must try to pull them forth with your religious power. I need you to make a religion roll, and your target number is a huge 43.
43.
Come on, you can do that.
This is where assurance would be lovely.
This is where we need to shoulder
All
touching.
right.
What is your religion bonus?
My religion is a 30.
Mm.
And I am a master. Not quite legend, but soon to be. Here we go. That's a 2. I'll be spending a hero point.
Oh my god!
All right, this is it.
We can't
Touches
do
the
worse.
wall, it crumbles.
Yeah.
Blah 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 blah.
It's a 19?
Yes!
Oh my god.
The words appear reformed
way.
by the stone. You cannot make too much sense of them as they are in the original Chiloran, not in the magic sense whatsoever, but everyone can see them.
Xander, look!
Commit that to memory.
Let's hit it for Bully!
I gained a hero point as well for
Yeah.
that.
Oh my god.
Cool.
Xander turns around, not believing what he's seeing. In fiery form, flies to you. Flies right through you, dispelling the wall that was in between. To read passage number 4 again.
Whew. Message number 4 reads, Symbol of fire will show you the way. Do not stray from it, or evil hands will claim you. Message number 4, symbol of fire will show you the way. Do not stray from it, or evil hands will claim you. is the message you receive, almost the last of the messages of Skordrenar, a huge critical message to get for sure. Crazy, Bolly, that you did that. And that is a great time to take our break. We will be back in just a little bit and see where the heroes are going to go next.
Yes.
Oh my
Nice
God,
job,
Christopher.
man.
You are not out of danger yet. Stone sections have been sent flying off, smashed by this Goliath. Raineth is dead. The rest of the undead are gone or scattered. The group is together, I say, with Yaru.
Physically
With the group.
physically present.
What would you guys like to do?
Is the Goliath still an issue at the moment?
Yes.
Yeah.
And will be.
Punching us out of the tower.
Okay. In that case,
Gotta get downstairs. We gotta get somewhere where he can't get us.
What about the portal?
Get to the portal.
Oh, no. Really?
There's nowhere on this island that he can't get us. That thing could get us somewhere safe.
Anywhere in this ocean, it could get us.
the boat. We can take the boat.
How
He's
fast?
in the water.
The boat's maybe faster.
He's 1,000 feet tall.
Last words of the Elder Tree.
Boats maybe.
What if we hide in the basement and he'll go away, right?
There's a portal right there.
Where's it go?
I have no idea, but it's not here.
Can we get
After
back?
you!
What if it takes us to someplace worse?
We deal with that then, I imagine.
Are we all going?
It's all
We all
or none.
stare at Yaru.
You all brought me back from the darkest place in my life.
We'll see.
We're not quite there yet, Yaru.
We must now run! Yarl will go downstairs.
All right, Yaru runs downstairs.
Waiting for Bolly because he's the slowest.
Wait, what?
You're the slowest. I'm waiting for you to get a
Oh.
little closer so it doesn't look like I'm leaving everybody.
I'll be right there.
Where's the group headed?
I guess towards
Heads
the
down.
portal.
All right, Yaru, you are there
I do
first.
not like this idea.
At this portal, it
don't
is
like
a oval-shaped portal. It is mirror-ish from a certain angle, but as you look at it head-on, you can see there is imagery beyond of this portal of a smooth copper surface with some, it's almost like a bird's eye view that slowly rotates above, maybe 100 feet above, a couple of copper slabs. You can see there's also a white light, a small little sphere of white light that is outside these little slabs. And that's what you're looking at.
Does any of this look like the oubliette?
No.
That is kind of what Yaru's sensing and looking for as he sees the rings. Well, they're ovals, obviously, but that's what's coming into his memory. And he hesitates before going through.
Seem reminiscent of
This
the
looks-
honor crown.
This
But
looks
only
familiar
Xander
to
knows that.
Piercy, doesn't it?
In this entire party, the only one who's ever been through the chain gate and back was Xander.
Well, Piercy just had some experience with some type of.
Yeah.
True,
Thing.
but in the oubliette, we went through
And we
chain
went.
gates.
Hey, don't mean to be a buzzkill, but you're standing around gawking too much. So are we going through or not?
I don't like it.
I think there's a Yosts on the other side.
There is
A
a
what?
giant
A
on the other
yost.
side over here.
The Yosts?
Yosts.
What's the Yosts?
It said, hoo hoo hoo.
That clears it up.
It does,
Got it.
actually.
Got it.
Surprisingly.
I actually like
Oh,
I didn't hear that clearly. What was that again?
I get you. Just say it like that next time.
I will go first to determine if it is safe.
We're right behind you.
Yaru will woo and jump through.
Euro goes through. They slam the door closed behind you. Thanks for making that portal into the Goliath's belly. All right, Yaru, you step through. There is a ticking sound. Tick, tick, tick. That's really loud and like a big gear going through your soul. You see the room that you're in of the stone space fade away, and then you are looking at stars, bright stars around you. You find yourself on a plane of copper. Not a plane, a plane of copper. Perfectly smooth copper surface that you are on that goes as far as you can see. Miles upon miles upon miles of perfectly smooth copper. You are in a portal area. You see a duplicate portal on this side. Beyond it, you can see stone walls and like some really perturbed, mirrored funhouse image of Bali looking through at the other side to see how it looks if you got through or not. There are 3 slabs of copper that come out as though they are part of the earth. And they're arranged in a loose triangular shape without actually touching each other. And in the middle is this portal. On the outside is a pedestal made up of 3 hands of bronze that comes out. And the 3 hands all connect together, kind of come out like wrists, and they come together, 3 hands joined at the palm, and then their fingers are curved slightly. And in that space that they create is a sphere of light. And then Bali comes through, then Palik, then Xander, then Sildren, then Piercy, and the whole group is here. The ground, your footsteps are a little loud. And again, as far as you can see is this surface. It's very surreal. You can see far off to the, let's say, left of where you're currently facing is a grand city of copper and brass and some gold with tall spires, large buildings, walls very far away. For some reason, it's reminiscent of the box VHS cover of The Little Mermaid. That comes to my mind for some reason. I know that's very specific. You also see that was to your left. To the right is an area of some hazy fog. Again, probably a mile or 2 off to the right. And it's got this bluish light that's emanating from something on the ground up into this fog about 20 feet off the ground. And you hear nothing unusual. It smells of a kind of a sweetish smell. And you see one additional thing, all of you. Up in the sky, bright stars, one of the clearest days you've ever seen. You don't recognize, those of you with strong nature rolls and arcana rolls and occult rolls do not recognize any of these stars in any constellations whatsoever. And you can see off in the distance there is a giant cog of copper that is suspended out in space. You think several miles out into the stars, and you can see there are some strange shapes on there that might be deformations, some sort of structures or mountain type shapes, but it is on a huge continental scale, this giant cog. And you can even see the ridges of what a cog is, and you can't tell what its function is. It's not connected to anything else, and it is massive in scale. It would take you several days to cross that cog. And as you look up behind you and to the left, you can see there's another smaller one, and you think there might be things on that, which then gives you pause as to what you yourselves are on right now.
So, Sildren has an ability called planar survival,
Okay.
having to do with being able to survive on different planes of existence. I am hoping that would give him an edge to figure out, are we actually on our own plane of existence or on a different plane?
You can subsist on different planes, even those without resources. For instance, you can forage for food. And make a survival roll.
Lovely. Survival, 28, 38, 42.
42. You are not on the plane of existence you were at previously. This is definitely somewhere else.
Second thing is, I say, as I point at the huge giant cog, I think I can break that.
How you think you can break it?
Why do you want to break it?
Well, we're, I assume, on the land of the Honorcrin. And I think we need to do whatever we can to slow down their plans of Varen.
Why don't we figure out how the fuck to get back home first?
Yeah.
Just through the door.
Remember, the portal that was created was brand new inside the tower, and it was only to be one way. I kind of think that we may have been given this opportunity to get here to finish off Scourgeonar. They stopped us. If you recall, when we were at the last tower, yesterday on the Slain Rock, they showed up, and they stopped the tower from collapsing. Even though Piercy flew the dragon into it, this might be their way of helping us get to the next tower so we can finish him off.
You think Scourgeonar's here?
No, but I think that they're trying to do their best to stop him from destroying Varen the same way we are. They may be doing it for their own nefarious purposes, just like Children's saying, but I think that we might be able to work with them until then.
Perhaps.
So how do we get back home?
I'm going to guess probably another portal like we came through.
What do you think this does? And Yaru kind of points at the hands and the sphere.
Oh, the little light
of
on
light.
it? As you do that, the light lifts off a couple inches off that pedestal and then zips off and does this little twirling, playful motion through the air and zips off in a direction.
I follow it.
Followed by Piercy in a playful, random, running, trolloping, traipsing through this copper plane.
Xander does the same thing.
Yeah.
Whee!
One
Chase the
direction is
Piercy.
as good as another for now.
Yeah.
And yes, I guess Sildren follows.
All right, Sildren follows. The group heads
A
off.
little less whimsically, but
10% less whimsically. It is not going to the left towards the city. It is not going right towards the colored fog. It is heading right in between, straight ahead, if you will. And you head that direction.
and what is in that direction that
You
we can see?
see some sort of structure way off in the distance.
Okay.
I need all of you to make perception rolls, and we're looking for a 44 or higher. Should not be easy. Possibly not even possible.
Would be possible for Sildren, but I failed.
Yeah, so does Xander.
So to speak.
I'm going to use a hero point. Because I rolled a 3.
What did I need? A 44?
Yeah.
And I rolled a natural 20.
Oh, so you're good?
Yep. That's
All right.
a 45 with just the 20. So
Yaru,
natural 20.
who perceives two things. One, he has somehow gotten away from any conversation with the group about everything that's happened. And two, you can see to the left, not far from the city, which is, again, miles away, you can see there are 3 shapes flying through the air off in the distance.
There are some creatures over there. I think this light is guiding us towards them.
No, light is going one
it's
way.
going in
To the
opposite direction?
left is where you see this.
Oh.
Which is where the giant cog is, right?
No, giant cog is
No.
up above.
Oh, okay.
Look there, Sildren. Do you see those? I can't tell what they are from here, but I see something.
Pleek takes out her spyglass.
He says with a shitty grin. Make a perception roll +2.
Sometimes you got to set it up.
That's it.
It's
It's a natural one.
Oh,
Keep it.
But you can't break it because you said she could keep it forever.
the spyglass is slightly broken. One of the lenses is out of kilter. It will need 2 days of some work before it can be realigned.
Okay.
Just give him a small victory.
What is it, Palik?
Nothing we need to worry about.
Okay.
Speaking of which, since it is a
Sound like Tom.
birthday season, Christopher's birthday is coming up soon, so you gain an extra hero point. We forgot about that.
Look at you go!
And then how does that work with me? Do I get to take away a hero point from all of you?
Yeah. Yeah, take away a hero point.
We will
from somebody.
allow one mistake from you.
All right, the next joke I make, you all have to really enjoy.
Oh man, I'm so glad that's over.
Thanks. Up ahead, you can see you're heading towards this structure. It is still a mile or two away on this freakishly flat plain. This light is just zipping left, right, over, a little tumble up, just keeps going ahead, is heading towards a 3-palmed structure, wrist sticking out with 3 palms, just like the pedestal it was on, except this is much, much larger. You guesstimate maybe 50 to 60 feet tall.
And it's resting.
Nothing is resting upon it.
No.
It's a couple miles away that it's heading towards.
Gotcha.
And it's the same size as the other one, just taller?
Is the same shape as the other, but bigger.
Like, so all dimensions
All
are bigger?
dimensions are bigger.
Okay.
Keep going.
Okay. You keep going.
Does everybody else feel kind of terrible?
No.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
mean ooged out a little bit?
I feel
Weirdy.
I'm exhausted. I don't feel good.
I'm pretty bummed out.
Nobody cares.
We're still not talking to you.
He points to the temple and says, "Talk to the hand."
This guy. I want to be
So
funny like you when
funny.
I grow up.
It'll be a birthday curse.
Okay, well, I guess we'll just keep going. Feeling terrible.
Would you like some healing?
Yes,
Is that what you're
please.
getting at?
Oh well, I got healing taken care of here.
Okay. Well,
Everyone heals 107 hit points for
Gentle Jesus.
And how does that happen?
stabby battle medicine.
So as you're walking along, he quietly just stabs you all from behind.
Does that take care of our temporary
No.
hit point reductions?
No.
No, that
Sleep
requires a
for that.
rest.
A full day's rest will get rid of 1 drained.
Okay.
And what's the wounded levels?
Woundeds. We have a wounded 1 for Palik, dying 1 still.
No, dying is
Yeah,
gone.
just
Yeah, so
if Bleak is dying one, we're in trouble.
Yeah. So wounded 1 for Palik, and that's it.
No, I think
wounded
Sildren's
2
wounded.
Sildren, yeah.
Okay. And that's it. Okay. So Xander normally is wounded a lot, is not. And somehow Yaru's like totally scratch free.
Xander's wounded 1.
Mentally
How'd you get
scarred.
wounded
Yeah.
one? How'd you get wounded 1?
Because I was
'Cause you
dying
got-
1.
Oh.
and I'm
Yeah,
not dying
Yeah,
right now.
that's true.
He was dying at the beginning of the fight.
I got the restoration, right? The regeneration
Mhm.
that happened. That's it.
That ended and healed you to a max of 120 when everything wrapped up.
Okay.
Time wise.
You see this
need
3-palmed
that, yeah.
structure up ahead has an opening at the base, like a doorway with no door. There is a goldenish white light that emanates from it. Speaking of white light, your little white light that has been heading in this direction continues to just zip, 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 and heads right through into that opening. It is a slight drop, almost like a dip into this copper, becoming almost like a little copper bowl, if you will, where this structure sits. And you have no more sight of the 3 flying creatures off in the distance.
And the white light goes into
That is correct.
structure.
Wait for me. After you.
You go in there, and as you do so, you walk into this longish corridor, and there are little coppery chains that dangle down as curtains from a 70s kitchen in front of you. The light phases through all of them without touching a single one.
Piercy follows.
Okay. Piercy brushes aside and goes through, and as you do so, Piercy, you pass through one and another and another and another, and as you make your way through this corridor, and everyone else, I assume, does after we see the effects, you lose 2 of any negative condition that you would like to.
All right. So I lose my. What was it?
Stupefied?
Stupefied. Is
Yeah,
that
you
it?
were stupefied.
You were stupefied.
And drained 1.
Oh, yeah,
And drained.
stupefied and drained.
Okay.
Everyone else following suit also feels cleansed somewhat and can remove 2 of any condition that you have.
That'd be my
Sassy gnome condition that I can get rid of.
Xander,
No, that's permanent.
you are colorful with drains and wounds and stupefies. What would you like to get rid of?
I will drop the wound and the stupefied and keep the drained.
Done.
It's like an old friend. It's been around for so long now.
You are drained 4. Your maximum health has been reached at 110.
Yeah. Whoa. Feel like I'm level 14 all
When
over
when
again.
when this not stupefied. What's the other one? I can't remember.
Trained?
Nope.
Dead?
The one that I just got back from
Wounded.
my max hit point.
Trained.
That's drained.
So does my max hit point go up too?
Yes.
Yeah.
With it?
You're all full.
Nice.
I know how to play.
Mm-hmm.
It's all right, you were off a week.
So just going through one of these?
No, going through all of
them.
them.
Okay.
Each one just takes a little bit of the bad stuff off of you
How
and
many are there?
invigorates you. 5.
Okay.
And you all join up with Piercy as he arrives in a large circular room. It's got a vaulted ceiling. It has a airy chime, constant airy droning chime sound that's going on. And you see it looks almost like some pseudo judiciary place where there's this raised bench and there are 2 people sitting there just almost like they're waiting for you. There are no guards, there are no weapons that you can see, and the only other thing you can see out of the ordinary is this little light you've been following, and it zips around and goes up towards a static pair of metal gloves, arms, and chest armor, and it flies over into place where a head would be, and as it does so, it pulses, and then that whole animated body then folds its arms, and it becomes the head of some sort of being.
It's like batteries not included.
Of course.
Dang it! Found my source material.
So you have this being that has this head of light with this metal armor, and there is an old gnomish woman in the middle, and then there's this old human man. You've not seen any of these people before, and he appears again to be human as well. They do not look like the Honorcrin, who have slightly different features, more elongated faces and heads and longer necks and slightly extended limbs and taller torsos. These do not. The environment has, from your point of view, Xander, since you've been into an Honorcrin place before, it feels definitely like that. But they don't quite look the same.
So they're not golden and tall.
Correct.
Okay.
Is there a sense of divine knowledge that it can draw from on this? There's
Make a religion roll.
see if there's anything in the history books. Not with that roll. Can I have a hero point for someone?
Sorry.
Yeah, I got one.
Did you roll 1?
I did. I don't want to be rude. That'll be a 42.
Well, the 42, you've come to the conclusion that there is no God here.
Perfect.
I
Palik. Palik elbow Xander. Do your gnome thing.
Peep an eye! Xander does the gnome thing and puffs himself up, greets in the common gnomish greeting that he hasn't used forever.
The gnomish woman smiles and
Polishes
nods.
the diplomacy badge. We are the defenders of Varen, which you may or may not know of. We're kind of a big deal. But here, this seems like a new place, and we found the portal that you left for us inside the tower of the Scoria Guild. We're trying to get back so that we can stop Scourgeonar from taking over Varen, and I feel like I'm talking really slow for this entire explanation, but you should know
And sharing
that
a
this
lot.
means a lot to me. It's that we're here, and thank you for your help and your protection. We would like to get back home, but is there something we can do for you until we get there?
The old man says, "You are safe here. Your weapons are not needed. You can rest. And yes, we do know of you. We have brought you here.
Why?
We have been working for and against the Honorcrin for some time." Why is the druid ripping paper and staring at me menacingly?
Apologize, he is the Elder Druid of Varen. He does not like being away from our normal plane of existence. So we're looking forward to a quick return. Who are you?
He says,
You'll find the 3 seashells will be just fine.
he says, I am Ian, and this is Monira. And Monira, the gnome, old gnome lady says, we will definitely get you back to where you need to be. But first we needed to meet with you and make sure you were safe from what we could see as troubles within your world.
How did you see into our world?
The old man says, we are able to see glimpses of different places and different times, particularly those of great importance to what we deem worthy. We have been sent on various missions for the Honor Kryn long ago, and now we know what their true plan is. We work against them. And we have seen you. We have sensed you. And it is not easy for us to pierce worlds. Definitely not for the Honor Kryn or anyone here on the 11th span. But we do what we can.
Does
And
that sound familiar to Sildren, the 11th span?
I don't know. Check your notes. And we have...
Does that sound familiar?
You've heard of it once before.
The no woman says, we've been watching you as closely as we can, and we have been very appreciative of what we've seen you do. We've seen you fight against many evils and dangers within your world, and some from without, including Second Calibrate Anire and his Honorcran soldiers. The light entity is saying nothing at all during this time, by the way. Or maybe it's saying a hell of a lot and you can't tell.
There was a time when we initially encountered Second Initiate Anire that he was trying to create chain gates to get into Varen. What is the actual purpose the Honor-Kryn are trying to do?
The old man speaks. The Honor-Kryn have sought to claim dominion over as many spans and worlds and planes as they can. We know that they have this power, but there are forces that keep everyone in check here within the Great Machine. They are known as the 3 primals, and their value to you is not significant. What is significant is that as the Honor-Kryn sought to expand their dominion, the primals lock them here within their span, forbidding them from ever leaving. And that has gone on for generations. And the Honor-Kryn want nothing more than to break free, so they have tried to find any worlds they can which have a weakness between the veil from which they might be able to possibly send their forces, a place where they can get a foothold and then expand further and further beyond the reach of their wardens. And they have found your world of Varen. And you mentioned, my little friend, the chain gates. Those are a more permanent method of going back and forth that they can bring their troops, their beasts, their structures, their resources. And as far as we know, they have never successfully created one and maintained it. They have been able to send forces every now and again through their beams, and we know of some true dangers that they have brought. For they are close through breaking through for good. There is a threat upon your world that I'm not quite sure you are aware of. We have sought to aid you in what we thought was possibly a dangerous place for you, but also to bring you here to warn you that the Honorcrin have placed a sickness upon your world with something, and he looks at the old gnome, and she says, it's something called the Wavering Sphere. It's a black sphere of energy. Chris cringes. It's a black sphere of energy. It was...
I hate spheres of energy.
And the old guy says, the Honorcrin placed this sphere not too long ago upon your world to do the most damage that it could. And in that I mean to seed doubt.
I knew it.
Speak.
I have felt that in the peoples of Varen. I have felt that amongst my friends and my allies, and I have felt it within myself.
I doubt you have.
They created this magic device from a realm called the Elder Sphere, and from that they created the Wavering Sphere.
And was there an entropy spear?
There is
somewhere
not. And once they created this sphere through quite some effort, they were able to trick an old man, an old elf with no eyes, to show them where in Varen to place this for its maximum effect.
Where is it now? Do you know?
Unfortunately, we have not seen that. We only know of the man who told them, but the imagery of that is lost upon us.
What was the man's name?
He looks at the gnome lady and she shrugs. She says, we only know he is a high elf.
There's only one place in Varen that we know of high elves consistently living, and it's up north, in Ethlian, in Palacia. Do you think it's possible that he kept it with the other elves?
She says, it's possible they are seeking out a great deal of magic, residual magic, to fuel this sphere of doubt, this Wavering Sphere. And if your high elven community is such a place, that would make sense.
The old man with no eyes is given the Honorcrin answer.
What was that, children?
Something Callian Varro said to me in the oubliette. As the old man with no eyes has given the Honorcrin their answer. That's what she meant. Well, at least now I know.
Is there a way that we can end the sphere or cure the sickness in Varen?
The old man speaks up again. You must destroy this sphere, and you must defeat the Honorcrin. We are working out a path to do that. We have people within Honorcrin, workers and scientists and slaves within their city, and we are trying to find a way. They are desperate to get more control. They have small forces teleported here or there to different planes and different worlds, but again, they have no permanent connection between realms. I think your first call to duty is to destroy this sphere, to return your people, your fellow adventurers, your kings, your queens, your citizens back to a sense of normality and strength and courage. For if there is doubt, then all will fall under the forces against your world, including the Honorcrin.
How do we destroy the sphere?
He says, that I do not know. I am here to tell you what this danger is. It is your task, regret to say, to find it. We cannot travel between here and your worlds. It is a very dangerous thing. We do not wish to anger the primals that I mentioned. But we can aid you with the knowledge we have given you, and perhaps this as well. As he does so, the light-headed suit of armor rises up and comes over with a wrapped bundle and unwraps it, revealing several magical items for the group.
Ready to copy.
Ready to copy. Suddenly Tim's all straight ready. There are 2 runes on here you identify as armor potency +3s. So that'll increase your armor. For those of you that have currently +2s, it would be +3. And as you know, every bit of armor class can be critical. There is a consumable item. And I'm just giving you all these 2s because Xander's going to identify the hell out of them automatically anyways. There's a consumable item called a Dispelling Sliver. It is a talisman that gets attached to your armor. And what you do is you, as a free action, when you strike a target, you can expend this talisman and it will do a dispelling 8th level spell against an effect on the target you have. So if they have a big spell buff or something on them, you might be able to strip it from them. That's a one-time use. There is also a Ember Heart. It is a heart-shaped amulet sculpted from stone with a single streak of dim light running through it. It gives off gentle warmth like being next to a fireplace. It gives you a poison resistance 15 while wearing it. And it increases your constitution score by 2 permanently or straight up to 18, whichever is higher. In addition, once per day for 2 actions, you can hold the amulet aloft, and each ally within a 30 feet emanation regains 30 hit points and +3 to fortitude saves for their next turn.
When does that happen? How many times?
Once per
a
day.
day.
30 hit points and sorry, what?
30 hit points and +3 to fort saves for 1 turn. And there was one more item. It is a +3 greater striking short sword known as a luck blade, where good fortune blesses the wielder. It has interesting symbols of luck, such as clovers, fish, ladybugs, whatever might fit. And as a reaction, once per day, so beyond being a +3 greater striking short sword, which you can infuse with runes, as a reaction once per day, when you miss, you can re-roll the attack and use the new result.
Ooh.
Wow, nice.
The old man says, I hope that these might be of value to you in our cause. If there is a means you can find to communicate to us with your powerful magic or return to this plane, we will be always available to you, and we will find, if we can, a method to create a portal to you if we can find such power. But it is challenging for us.
What can you tell us about the man with no eyes?
I've told you all I know. He is a man of your world.
You are a being of great power. And he's kind of speaking to the light face creature, all of them, but the light face creature. Do you think this could be our source of communication? And he kind of unfolds the Maginor eyepiece. Could you enhance this to communicate with us in a time of need?
The being of light takes it with his armored glove, looks at it, and then gently places it back. And the old man speaks for him and says, that would not work between these realms.
Very well.
The woman, the gnome woman, gets up from her seat and comes over and looks at the magic items, then looks at the group and says, I have been to your world once before long ago on a mission to scout for the Onocrin, and I provided them information about your world and your kingdoms, where the strengths lie, where the weaknesses lie. I thought I was doing research and did not know exactly what I was doing. And when I did find out, I joined this small but powerful revolution. And it's been very hard to watch you and everything that you've done, which is so amazing to see, but so hard to be apart from. She says, looking at you, Xander.
Do you know of Ariana? Not many months ago, I received a message. There was a visitor that came through a portal who gave me a message. Well, the message that she had was actually a message for her father, saying that she was seeking me out as a wizard who fought the Honorcrin and was trying to show me how to stop them from destroying another world.
Yes, her and her father are a part of us, our organization. And if we can find a way for her to contact you or vice versa, I think that would be a great deal of help. And she steps closer to you, and I'm not sure if that's enough for everything you've had to go through. As I've watched you grow from this to this great wizard that you are, to this hero fighting alongside your friends, to this struggling hero fighting with your father, to your teenage years, and then you as a young boy. It's been very challenging, but it is great to see you here.
Thank you. Why have you been watching me for so long?
I knew that if I were to continue to help the Honorcrin, they would use me in harmful ways to continue their conquests, and I could not be a part of that. Nor could the powers that I have, I did not want them used by the Honorcrin when they were passed on through to my son. And so I took you back to your father many years ago. And I had to leave you there.
You're my mother?
You're my Xandre.
I had a pillow with the name, but I couldn't say the last part of it. All I kept saying was Zan and Xander, and that's what it came out, and that's been my name ever since, but no one knew my real name was Xandre.
And I'm so sorry that I couldn't be there all this time. And here you are.
Do you have the same magic I have?
You have the same magic that I have. She creates a little flame in her hand.
Ha! Xander answers with a little flame in his hand.
I knew you would be strong, and I hoped your father wouldn't keep you in the tavern forever as a waste. But I didn't imagine you would grow into you, my little Zan.
I have so many questions. Am I using them right?
That's not for me to decide. What? No.
The fire thing was all wrong.
That's between you and your girlfriend.
She pulls out a pamphlet.
Xander's like, No, don't hit your friends.
It all makes sense
There's
now.
meteors with different circles and X's. No meteors.
Your magic is changing.
Magic where there was no magic before.
What can I do to be the best version of what I'm trying to be?
Keep asking that question. Who else is asking that question? Who else is traveling the world, between worlds, to ask that question? I am so proud of what you have accomplished so far. And I'm so proud that I can help you in saving your world and perhaps reclaiming my homeworld. Is it? I don't know what you're feeling. I don't know what you're thinking.
I'm happy to see you, and I'm scared that I failed you, and I'm overwhelmed
No,
with what this
no,
is
no,
and
no,
where
no,
we're
no.
going, and I don't want this to be the last time, so I'm trying to think of all the things I should ask before you're gone. Before I'm gone.
Go hug her, dummy.
With that push, Xander runs up and hugs her.
Okay, she hugs you really tight as well. And she squeezes you super tight. You bury your head into her chest. I've been waiting so long for this, you don't know.
Yeah, Xander just kind of hangs on and just kind of lets it soak in.
All right, we'll continue with the rest of other moments as this is going to keep happening. Anything else you guys want to say or do here as Xander communes with his mom?
First of all, Tom getting another bonus laughter from all of us. That was awesome.
I hope that becomes a thing. Wow.
Actually, Yaru was going to peer outside to kind of take a moment with either like Sojourn or Bali or just anybody who's out there, past the curtains again and looking into the horizon of the giant cog gear machine
Okay.
thing, and just is really staring at it and just says to whoever, if anyone is around, no
Bali's
one,
right there next to you.
just says, "In my temple, we do not have stone fathers to pray to or gods of nature to look upon for answers, but I suppose this is what Skorjnar used against me, but there is something we call the Source, and we have very little answers about our true beginnings, but something about this place and the way these people speak, it all seems connected, no?"
I could agree in part. I know that there is balance to be sought in many things. In the moments before, when I was trying to reach out to you, trying to pull you away from Raiden, a thought occurred to me. You had spoke in earnest about what you had seen. You had seen the dead. You had heard the dead. And you should know that I like this music.
No, this is good.
I like interrupting the rhythm. You should
Film before
know
live
that
studio audience.
in the times that I have been a priest in my temple, and not high priest, much to learn. What I have seen is that which you saw, which was death and everything that had come after, there is no darkness ever that I had seen in it. You had looked through into a place with eyes that were tainted with sorrow and incompleteness. I know you don't forgive yourself for a great many things and surrendered your title of master. And maybe for a time that will work. But you should know that you're just as valuable, just as strong. That you can trust what you do see in all of us. You're not lost. You're asking all the questions that we do. You'll find yourself in time. And who knows, you stare long enough at that cog, and maybe it'll come to you. But, I'll always have your back.
I thank you for that, my friend. And I yours.
Back within the chamber, the old man says, Ian, we have sensed a great deal of trouble with the dead that walk your world. We do not have much information other than I have glimpsed images of the dead crossing icy plains and snow-covered forests and attacking many people there. Whatever army has been brewing is on the march. I know we are speaking of the Honor Crin and the danger that they pose to your world and many others, but it seems there is another threat as well. And I cannot give you much more information other than to tell you that things are moving.
Bully comes charging in a little faster than normal. He actually succeeds at going 30 feet this time.
Oh, serious!
31.
It just occurred to me. Skordrenar doesn't know the words that were lost. He doesn't know that we've reclaimed them. Does that give us advantage?
We can try to use it and such. I'm not sure how, but
We're after one more tower.
Yeah.
There's a chance we may need to come at it a different way. But if we can get in there and get the final piece, we could potentially end him and he won't even be looking for us.
He
No.
assumes we've lost already.
It's true. Rayneth is gone. There might be still someone guarding the tower. If there... Oh! Xander
Moves at 35!
everything he's saying and turns and looks and says, is the Illistel on a separate plane?
Who are you saying this to?
Turning to Xander's mom and
Okay.
to Ian, who are both right there.
Mhm.
Illistel, that's right. The places where it's supposed to be the resting area of the undead, is that on a separate plane?
Ian says, Illistel is a different plane of existence, yes.
Xander reaches into his pack and pulls out the Nexus Quill.
Okay.
No.
I have a Nexus point in Illistel from our own Nexus that we can go to and from.
Your mom is beaming with pride right now.
We can travel to and from that plane, which means that through the Nexus, we can travel through planes. If we could put a Nexus point here, it would be our own version of a chain gate that only we could use. But we'd be able to travel to and from our plane of existence to here so that we could travel not only that information, but making sure that we could find ways to continue to get support. And that we could get it to the other places in Varennes so we could move quickly and speedily and it wouldn't put anyone else at risk.
That sounds amazing. Xander, do you have a charge to that quill?
Oh, that is an excellent question.
Wasn't it recharged when we... Was it recharged when we killed Raina?
It gained a charge after killing Rain. Sure did. If Rain doesn't give you a charge, what does?
Then yeah.
See the green light? It says thumbs up.
Yeah, the
Fully charged!
the quill glowing. With your permission, we could set a Nexus point wherever you would like.
Your mom says,
Your
it's just
mom.
weird to say. Monira says, that's amazing, Xander. Yes, do that. Then this won't be the last time you'll ever see me. You can see me anytime.
Pardon me. Is,
We're having a moment, Piercy! Speak up!
Is this the best place to use that?
How secure is this place from the honor crown?
Ian says, that is not a... that is a valid concern. Perhaps you could do it back where you arrived at that portal. Our friend, pointing to the light being, has means of keeping that place hidden from the honor crit.
Works for me.
Yeah.
I'll be back. Xander goes to set.
You're
the
not
nexus
going
point.
by yourself.
Yeah, not even.
Light creature, come with us.
Ian says, well, perhaps we can conclude our meeting here, unless there's anything else you wish to discuss.
Yes! I have one more thing! There was a time before we got into the tower that there was a massive cosmic blast. There was a huge amount of chaotic energy at the previous Tower of Scourgeonar, and I was captured, let's say. I was zapped to a place called the Oubliette with a person named Narcadian. Narcadian was double-crossed by an Ire, the second caliber Denier, and he told me that he put a curse in my brain, or my head, or somewhere, pulled chaotic magic out, and gave me a passage of words to give that was supposed to cripple or disable or harm, potentially kill an Ire. Is that something you think that we can use?
Ian says, yes, what is this phrase? Your mother says, no. Don't, Xandre, don't say that.
I'm gonna hang on to it for now, but I've got it highlighted.
I should think that would be of value. But before you go, and she pulls you aside, Xander, she says, be careful. That Honorcrin Anire, he is one of the most powerful of the Honorcrin, and he senses a connection that you have between your world and ours. And he does not know exactly what that is. He may try to use your connection and your ability to move between these worlds for his own gain, or to just seek you out and destroy you. I sense he has definitely your name on his list. Be careful.
Was it your team that helped us get into the tower? We thought it was the Honorcrin that wanted us to get into the tower to find the passages before it got destroyed in the chaotic magic. We recognized the clockwork dragons and the giant weapons that they used, but it looked like it was the Honorcrin doing that. Was that you?
No, that was Anire himself. He does not want to lose your world to this undead army. What we have been able to do is, again, very challenging, and that was simply to send down the portal to the tower you were last at.
Okay. Would it be a bad idea to work with him to defeat the great threat that we're working with?
I think that would be a terrible idea, but it might be the only idea.
Okay. Xander hugs her again. Real fast. I can't believe it's you!
She hugs you again really, really strong. She says, be as safe as you can. Know that I'm watching out for you, and we'll do everything we can to get information and ready for any strike we can find against the Honorcrin. But I know you have much work to do.
So much work.
And here's an extra tuna salad sandwich in case you get hungry.
And she joins the rest of you guys. Ian says, oh, then good luck to you all. We hope that your heroism will lead you back to us again with your magic. That sounds like this will be true. We hope we will meet again with better news that you can bring about your world, and we will have for you. And Monira comes over to the most trustworthy and supportive person in the group that she senses, and that is Yaru. And she says, "Keep an eye on my little Xandre. Make sure he's safe."
Do I still have 1,000 eyes cast on me?
No.
Yeah, Yaru will look at her with intense care and very purposefully say, "I will not let him down."
I sense you are one to trust, and I do.
Careful with that, lady. Roll again.
That's what a natural one will get you.
All right, you guys leave. Xander, you get several kisses on your head from your newly found mother, and you guys head back out across this plain of copper. Both Plain and Plane of copper. And make your way back to the couple miles to the copper slabs, and there you see some remnants of the portal that has that oval shape, but now it's just a perfect mirrored surface. You see nothing on the other side.
Okay.
The giant did its job, I guess.
Perhaps. Okay, I'm gonna get started. I know how to do this. I can do this real fast now. And it's not gonna be real fast, but Xander starts writing the runes to create a nexus point.
All right.
Outside this portal.
Xander gets down and starts drawing out runes. I think this takes quite a long time.
Like 8 hours. I think, or
Yeah.
something.
So to hasten it, Bali will cast a
Fast forward.
moment of renewal.
What does that do?
It compresses a moment into a full evening of rest.
That doesn't work with that, unfortunately.
No? Okay.
No. So you guys chill out for a bit, and Xander starts working on this connection to your nexus. Anything you want to do and or say during this time frame, as you are pretty much just stuck within these slabs, keeping out of some sort of magical sight from any Honorcrin patrols?
Well, there's some magic.
There's
Items.
magic items to deal with, for sure, some goodies. And also, it still seems from some of you, maybe not Bali after his last conversation, but a little odd with Yaru still.
Is Xander tied
Yeah, a
up
little
in
bit.
making this gate, or is he able to participate in any of this?
Yeah, he can talk every now and again, yeah.
conversation?
Talk and draw at the same time. Would a adamantine fortress setup give us a way right here?
You think so?
Keep that in my pocket.
All signs point to yes.
Bali will still cast that moment of renewal, healing the group, and not too much of it. Everyone will fully recover. But that will take one drain from Xander.
Thank you.
And then I don't know if we're fully resting here or not.
And Stupefy, if you have one.
Yeah, those are gone now.
Okay.
Yaru,
Yes, BSC.
what happened back there?
In the tower?
No, before. On the chip.
You mean my visions? The pull. I will make no excuse that Skorjanar swayed me to do what I did. I did what I did because I was lost. Something has been on my mind for weeks now. And Skorjanar did not help me see the light in my errors, but where we have gone, death follows. That is what Sildren once said. I have tried to humble myself in the face of that truth, but we have been praised for killing every step of the way. Yet through my struggle, and in that chamber where Yelena was murdered in my arms, I lost my sense of diplomacy. And with that, Skorjanar gained his strength. I lost faith in myself and could not look upon you no matter how many eyes Sildren cast upon me. But I must look upon you now for guidance.
If we are to tolerate the intolerant, then they will win.
I agree. I do not take the measures lightly, but do not forget that I brokered the deal with Shale and dealt the final blow with Charice, ending 2 wars with dragons.
What would you do if you were in our place?
I have been in
Years! Years! We've been trying to do this. We have worked, we've fought, we've bled to get these passages. I know you're tired. I'm tired. We're all tired. We've lost so much. If any one of us did what you did, pulled the passage out of your memory, out of reality, to end everything, what would you do, Yaru? What would your justice look like?
It would be unyielding.
And you were swayed by this creature Scourginal, the one who murdered Xanar's family, and would have further gone on to destroy Edlenholm had it not been for a single man's bravery. The Scourginar, whose undead he unleashed upon Tabernary, and failed, but only for the bravery of a few. The same creature that sent his undead army into the home of the dwarves and slaughtered them, man, woman, and child, held back only for the ingenuity of the dwarves and the actions of a few. The same creature that has controlled the evil that is reigneth, that we know what it is we face, and the same monster that seeks by his own admission to extinguish the flame of life from all the creatures of Varen. This the same monster that Kef, Solene, Carahel, and perhaps more beyond have all intervened against. It is why Piercy is alive, it is why I am alive, and that is why Bali is alive. And I know we have not always lived up to the ideals that those who call themselves the defenders of the realm should. But none of us have given ourselves over. What promise, what possible thing can you do to undo those actions, that betrayal?
Part of me wonders how Scourginar's lieutenant is different than the champions of the wolf in the ways that he dealt with things. Whether it be a senate of Mescon, or 1,000 orcs, or a little girl hugging an old cat. We all make mistakes. I do not shy away from mine. All I can do is answer to them and those who have the power to do me in. I do not see myself as better than anyone. I admit I am susceptible to being taken. That is what shook me from the beginning, but do not forget that I sought all of your guidance before, and I felt that you only sought the answers from my visions and disregarded my feelings. This did not help in my decision. It will not answer for my crime. I do not expect forgiveness so soon, if ever. But being brought back from the darkness has shown me where my path will lead. Finally, I know the direction I must go. perhaps for the first time in my life, I know the path.
What is that path?
Light, Sildren. Light in the face of all darkness. Any god, any man, any Onokrin, any undead creature from any plane that seeks darkness can only meet an unending demise. As Barley pointed out, the dead cannot speak. A soul cannot be trapped unless it gives in. I stand before you rejuvenated in my own soul. I cannot make you believe this, but I can show you through my actions the path I will take.
You hear the words of one young priest, then? Maybe not my last, but I'll offer him all the same. We are, as Xana would say, defenders of Rend, mighty heroes. We have had adventures. We have sought out goblins and demons, and we've vanquished all our foes. Dragons, giants. We've not gone to the depths, but we faced many things. We have accolades heaped upon us, every one, at one point in our lives. We have seen the bounty and reward of all our mighty deeds, but we miss one particular thing. One thing that probably at this moment we could use more than anything else. And that would be forgiveness. Maybe that one moment of failure could reveal in us something more powerful, more valuable than anything we possess. The one thing to bring us together, to not overlook, but to understand one slight.
The Stone Father brought me back from the darkness, and Keth provides me with patience, waiting an answer from his own servant. We came into this journey together, my young friend. I would do what you ask, Palik. What would you have me do?
Not sure I'm ready to answer that. What you did I think is unforgivable. You betrayed us, all of us. And I realize you said that your path began when I killed Yelena. And we'll never apologize for doing that. I still feel like it was the right choice. Yet you followed this path of darkness. And you did not consult any of us. You did not ask us for guidance. You didn't ask us what you should do. And you did it. Now listening to Bali, he is right. We should, all of us, be in the business of forgiving one another. We've all done things that we probably regret. but I don't know if any of us have directly put the entire realm in danger with any one of our actions, except for you. You realize that? I feel like you realize that. Can you overcome that? Can you overcome that decision and follow a path to saving the realm? Can you learn from your mistake? That is the question I pose to you.
I can do my utmost. And where I fall, I expect a blade at my back.
It will be my blade. That I want you to know. Without hesitation.
As with Yelena, I would expect no less. You have my fists. But more importantly, Palik, you have regained my heart. I do not expect your trust. Not yet.
Palik wanders off by herself.
I cannot speak for the rest, but I will say that for the deaths that I am responsible for, unlike Scourge and R, they do bear upon me. They do bear upon my soul, and I may yet be denied a place in Kesk Grove because of what I have done. And I have done so out of fear for us, out of fear for Varen. But I believe you have inadvertently perhaps provided an advantage to us, as Bali has noted. Scorchurnar now is all but certain he has achieved victory over us. And I believe your presence with us, because of that advantage, currently aids us. And above all, defeating Scorgenar, defeating the Honorcrin, and whatever other enemies of Varen face it, is the task before us, and is of paramount importance. And though I am not thrilled in this thought, but you with us may yet be the path to victory.
Zana, you asked me where my path would lead. And I will tell you now, I intend to go to the Bay of Sin and meet the silent fate head on. Whether at his full potential or scarred from Rayneth's demise, I will meet him there. And I am hoping to have earned each of you at my side.
Noble statement, but that's not what I asked. What I asked was, if one of us betrayed you in Oliver Wren, what would you do? And how would you react?
I told you it would be unyielding. And you have shown me earlier in the tower that you would treat me the same. Just as I said to Palik, I expect you to be there should I fall, and be as equally unyielding as you were moments ago. But I will promise you this, Xandre. You will not see me fall again.
Yaru, don't count your chickens in one basket.
I don't know what a chicken is, so okay.
They'll burn the bridge when we get there.
Very well, Piercy.
Xander continues to work, perhaps a bit reluctantly or lost in thought, on his runes to get back to the Nexus. And as hours go by, you are able to make that connection. You all have your Nexus keys. With a twist into empty space, you are able to step through this circle that Xander has created and return back into your safe haven of the Nexus and away from this Honorcrin plane known as the 11th Span to continue your adventures with Yaru. And we will stop there for tonight.
Woo! Shake it off. That was some heavy ones, boys.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Good night.